down to Galway quite recently, and I will say that one thing you tied into there is what did emerge in the last 10 years of wealth is a growing apathy to kind of agree to disagree on a casual level when confronted with racist arguments. But a couple of things I will point out that have also happened over the last 10 or 15 years is the one that even when you mentioned the blue shirts, that the Republicans originally kept that at bay. They also embedded a very unique thing when it came to Irish nationalism, which was they embedded it in socialist ideology. That now has become twisted by various small groups into what is more the BNP style of nationalism. Now, of course, it's a very distorted reality when you look at the actual historical facts that they're looking at. But it's a very dangerous fact that a lot of young men are adhering to a very unique, a very different viewpoint than what is traditional. Also, I'd point out that in Dublin city centre, when you're noticing the emergence of what was traditionally young kids dressing in skinhead gear, by about 18 or 19, they hit a certain age in the pub where they get challenged, they're going on unchallenged. And these groups are actually growing. And in a lot of working class areas where these groups have implemented themselves, it can actually reach a point where it's dangerous to challenge their arguments. And these are the people that are the threat on the ground level. And if it is allowed to continue with the growth, say if you look over the last 4 years, there is the workings of it being formalised into a party. And I think the current fight on the left is to not ensure that these people shut up, is to ensure that the average view is changed. That people people's education towards racism on a multitude of levels has to change. Before this does become a formalised thing, before we have the emergence of a BNP that we can't chase off the streets. We have to convert the fear behind Irish racism into more just it's seen as humorous and absurd, because it is slowly emerging that it's becoming quite a reasonable thing. You come across conversations on the first day and you start to hear what 10 years ago would have been considered outrage, would have stopped the bus and had people looking at people as casual. And that is a very scary reality over the last 4 years, that casual racism has become casually acceptable. And it's because there is no safeguards on these people. That the current fight is a matter of ideology, but it's a matter of fighting it on the ground level.